And welcome to yet another edition of Therapy Insights. I'm Rick Merlot with Positive Progress Counseling Associates in Cape Coral, Florida. And the purpose of this program or podcast is to kind of maybe help you through other situations, if you know what I mean. So what I do is I take maybe something that occurred during the day in therapy with a client, and of course I remove their name and confidential information and do a podcast on it. That's how this actually started. So I had a client today, a male client, who had a romantic relationship of 3 years abruptly end when he discovered that his girlfriend was cheating. And he asked me, number one, am I to blame for this? Did I do anything wrong? Because remember, we are all programmed to kind of blame ourselves when things end romantically. You know, there must be a shortcoming within us. There must be, right? Or maybe not. The other question the client asked me was a very insightful question. And that is, what are some of the steps I can take to begin to learn myself, or learn about myself, I should say, in a much deeper way? That way I am able to manage my emotional reactions the best that I can. And I also make better choices, and I'm not consumed with fear all the time. Well, I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to cite a link to the handout here in the description. How do you do some of this inner work? Well, some of the steps that we take, we want to be able to let feelings out, have a voice, and be heard. Oftentimes, my work with couples, in each scenario, there's normally one or both parties who hold their emotions inside. Unfortunately, that comes out not in a good way, in a passive-aggressive way. How about examining your beliefs and values and maybe some of your habits? Looking at those core beliefs, the maladaptive ones, as they call it, limiting beliefs. Addressing, this is a big one, addressing unhealed past trauma, pain, trauma. Now, a lot of us are not really consciously aware of that. Some of us really aren't consciously aware of that, but it does influence us. Some of us are very aware of it, of what the trauma was or what the pain is stemming from. But sometimes our mind does block things out. How about noticing unhelpful behaviors and defenses which no longer serve you? They no longer serve you. You don't have to react in that manner. We don't feel threatened anymore, full of fear. We're more secure within ourselves. I like that. And creating and setting clear boundaries with others, I might add. This is a big one. Oftentimes we feel guilty because we set a boundary. Maybe we feel that the other party will reject us in some way, and it makes it very difficult to set boundaries with others. And the other part of it is we don't even really know how to communicate that effectively to others. We do a lot of role plays to help you in session develop that skill. And finally, paying attention to what energies drain and inspire you. Now, for me personally, whenever somebody brings up money, I'm on high alert. But the minute I think about either doing a therapy session or doing a podcast, all of that goes away. I feel confident and in my zone. So it's important. I totally agree with that part. What drains you? Fear normally drains, right? And what things inspire you? Things that you trust, things that you love. Hmm. So hopefully this kind of helped you a little bit. And if you would like to do any counseling with me, you can always get a hold of me at the information listed below. I'm not one of those podcasters who says, like, share, and subscribe. If you like my content, you'll do all that. I'm Rick Marilat from Positive Progress Counseling. And remember, be good to yourself because you're unique